Hello, hello. Thank you for joining me. This is my very first podcast or vodcast, as I should say. And this show that I'm doing is called Strictly Healthy, and it's about looking at how we can keep ourselves together holistically, whether it's emotional, mental, physical, financial, business health. We're going to be looking at all those different topics with different experts that we're going to be pulling in and including and hearing about their tips, etc., to help us in these very strange times that we're living in. So I'm so pleased that you can join me today for my very first episode. And if you have any comments, please drop them in the chat box, and we will be going from here. And I have a very special guest today, Angela Asante Armar. Now, I'd have to say this lady, she is an employment lawyer amongst other things. But what I do want to say is that she is quietly tenacious. That's how I'd have to put it, because she's done a few amazing things, and we want to find out more about what tips she has and why she has decided to do some of the things that she has. So let me bring her in now. Angela, welcome, welcome, welcome. And thank you for joining me on my very first episode. I'm very pleased to have you. So now, you are an employment lawyer, and you used to be in the UK, but perhaps we can, for people that don't know who you are and what you're about, perhaps you can just give us a little bit of an intro about yourself and what you've been up to over the last, say, couple of years.
Okay, so first of all, thank you, Linda, for welcoming me, first guest on Strictly Healthy. A pleasure to be a guest here today. So as Linda said, yes, I am a UK employment lawyer by profession. I've been a lawyer for, I think it's 16 years now. And aside from that, I am a mother of two rambunctious, lovely boys. I'm
Mm-hmm.
also an intuitive life coach. I and more recently, I'm a founding member of an organization, a non-profit organization registered in Ghana called Power to Our Mothers Foundation Africa, which
Mm-hmm.
essentially seeks to empower mothers and mother figures, aka women, on a multitude
Mm-hmm.
of different levels.
Okay. And you said you're a founding member. Who else is involved with it? Is it quite a few of you involved in the
So
process?
yes, so there's an executive team of which I am one, and
Mm-hmm.
that was registered just December last year. So it's still a fledgling. I think technically it's still a startup.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But what I found is interesting about you, and the tenacious part that comes in, is the fact that you've moved from the UK to Ghana
Mhm.
to tell us more about what you've decided to sort of, besides what you're doing with the founding mothers. Tell us more
Okay,
what you're doing.
so I am, what I should have said is I was born and bred in the UK in London, and I've just recently relocated to Ghana with my two boys, which is my country of origin, where my parents and their parents are from, and to do a multitude of things, including to contest to become the president of Ghana. That is to further my mission, my vision to really empower mothers and mother figures, the women, so that they really thrive. Because once the women thrive, everybody else thrives.
Yes, indeed, indeed, that's so true. So tell us more about what work you've been doing in the UK. You said you were an employment lawyer. Tell us a bit more about that.
Yeah. So I I most recently, I would say, was working in the financial sector. I've been in a number of different sectors. My longest stint, I would say, was in the aviation sector, in their
Oh,
legal
no.
team, and
Mm-hmm.
really, yeah, supporting the various functions of the regulator in managing aviation in and across the UK.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Okay.
and and then after that, working at a financial services, investment bank in their employee relations team, helping
All
to
right.
manage grievances and disciplinaries, which you can manage. You can imagine in this time of real uncertainty was very interesting.
Mhm.
Very, yeah, interesting is the word I'd use.
I can imagine anything to do with disciplinaries, and there's always something going on, isn't there? But I'm just wondering because people now are dealing with such difficulty in this time, with what we're going through, strange times. People are not sure, about jobs, how to keep jobs. What would you suggest is the best type of employment or work that you get involved in?
So that's a really interesting question. I'm not necessarily, I would say I'm not necessarily placed to say, yes, get into this industry or that industry, but given that we are in a time of uncertainty, of huge uncertainty, I don't think anybody
Hmm.
would disagree with that. It is more than ever necessary for us to really nurture and take care of our mental and emotional well-being. So,
Hmm.
with that said, I would say that it is crucial that, or what I would strongly suggest is that people either get involved in work, business, and employment um, that allows them to practice or to do something they're really passionate about or that they love.
Hmm.
Because
Yeah.
we always need to feed ourselves spiritually, emotionally.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
if that's not possible, because not everybody can be paid from their passion straight from the beginning, then you choose a job that is within your skill set. It does pay the bills, but, and
Hmm.
it's a big but, that it leaves you the time to do things that you love to do, whether that is singing, dancing, drawing, writing, whatever it is, because at every stage we really need to nourish our soul, our spirit,
Hmm.
as well as
Indeed.
pay the bills. Otherwise,
Yes.
that's when people can really crash.
Yeah, but many people are realizing that having a job is not necessarily security anymore because of all the people being let go, etc., isn't it?
Indeed.
So I think more and more people are going towards employment, self-employment, that sort of uh,
Yeah.
types of work. I think. What do you think about that? What are your thoughts?
My thoughts are that as crazy and as uncertain the times that we live in right now, it's always an opportunity to rethink everything. Like everything's temporary. We may
Hmm.
think that, yes, it lasts a long time, but everything is temporary. So, as much as possible, even though dealing with the shock or the nervousness of how we're going to manage, I think it's an opportunity as well to
Hmm.
rethink if people are where they want to be. We are the
Hmm.
ones who place the value on what it is that we do, and what we
Yeah,
get the
sure.
most out of. So
Yes.
I think it's a good opportunity to press reset and just reconsider where we are and what we really want to do with our lives.
Yeah, that word's been used quite a lot, hasn't it? The press reset type thing, that word. And that's all the other words that have been flying around, about what's been happening in these current times, isn't it? So
Indeed.
tell me, what were your inspirations in life coming along? Who was an inspirational person in your life?
My mother, number one.
And
She's
why
a
is that?
phenomenal. She's a phenomenal woman, and
Yeah.
I would say one of my biggest supporters. I love that she has a very live and let live approach.
Hmm.
And she raised us, me and two siblings, single-handedly. I know that's not
Right.
necessarily an uncommon story, but retired
No.
accountant, and we had a lot of opportunity growing up.
Hmm.
For me,
Hmm.
I had a lot of opportunity in music. I'm a grade 8 violinist. I play the viola. I performed in, royal music halls and things like that. So
Oh, tell us
I
tell us more
was,
about that. Tell us more about your stint as a violinist.
yeah. So I started learning to play the violin when I was age 7,
Hmm.
and was lucky enough to attend, I'll say like a music school. I went to a regular school, but outside that, there was a school that we went to where we were able to participate in a number of choirs and
Mm-hmm.
different musical ensembles, be it, a string ensemble, a
Mm-hmm.
concert orchestra. And through that,
Mm-hmm.
we got to travel, we got to
Mm-hmm.
perform at places like the Royal Festival Hall, the Queen Elizabeth
Oh yeah.
Hall, the Barbican, the Royal Albert Hall, which is fantastic as for a young
Yeah.
person.
Yeah,
Um,
indeed.
and also to travel around the UK, and with the symphony orchestra, we travelled. We used to travel in the summer to Germany to play, like to go on tour.
Really? Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
And
music
was it
is
the group
one of my
the
passions.
group that you were with, like the theater that you were with that got you there, or what was it?
Well, unfortunately, I think it has now officially closed. At the time that I started, it was the Bexley Music Centre. It
Mm-hmm.
evolved into the Bexley Music Centre, the Bexley Centre for Music and Dance, and it's gone
Yeah.
through a lot of evolution since. And I think it's recently just closed down, which is a shame because
Mm,
the number of children that went through there, and we had such amazing opportunities, like musically and socially. It was a big
mm.
part of my life.
Oh, brilliant, brilliant. That's lovely to hear. So, what are your sort of plans going forward now? What are you hoping to achieve,
So right
or where
now,
where are you going now, or like your career's taken a bit of a turn as you went from the UK now into Ghana. What are you hoping to
absolutely.
achieve from here?
So from here, apart from I call the next chapter in my life, I'm very grateful to all the experiences and opportunities that I have whilst I was living in the UK, and all the
Hmm.
friendships and other connections I made. So now, at this chapter, it's about really reconnecting with my heritage, uh, Ghanaian heritage, and
Yeah.
more across the continent. It's about connecting a lot more with the other women and encouraging more leadership among women. So this is
Hmm.
partly the reason why I'm on the path to contest for presidency as well, to
Hmm.
as a
Hmm.
means of encouraging others to step up to redress the balance, because there's a
Oh,
huge underrepresentation of women in politics across the world,
I
not just
can
in Ghana.
imagine. Yeah, yeah. Speaking of which, I mean, this is to me a very tenacious step you're taking. But why has it taken that long? What is the situation there that's causing you to make this special step?
I would say it's just an evolution of my personal journey
Mm,
as a woman, as a mother, and wearing lots of these different hats. And what I didn't mention was the fact that I'm an intuitive life coach as well, and uh,
mhm,
I primarily work with women in identifying, what it is about, their skills, what their purpose is, and but especially for mothers, because we wear lots of different hats. It
yes.
not always getting stuck with the mother hat and neglecting the other parts, which are valid parts of us. So it's how we
Mhm,
use all of those things to really step into leadership in whatever area of life that is.
mhm,
Um, so why contesting for the presidency is a means to an end. It's because it is one of the things that I think will create the biggest impact, because to change the structure that dictates the qualities of the citizens' lives, to have
mhm.
more women at that level. So when decisions are made, they're made with more of the family in mind, which is not what is happening now.
And, and
No
care
judgment, but
more.
it's not what's
Yeah.
happening now.
Mhm,
So it's really about how to make the biggest impact to affect as many women as possible, because like I already said it, but I'll say it again. Once the woman in the home is fine, then the family, pretty much, she's fine. And our country
yeah.
is just made up. Our country is a collection of families. So
Of
you
course.
empower
Yeah.
one woman, that's one family, and then
Mhm,
it's a domino effect.
mhm. Great. Good. Well, what sort of tip would you offer? And that would help people listening today. That might help them. going forward and help them with their careers or their decisions and actions going forward, what tip would you offer?
I would summarize it all by saying to learn how to follow your intuition. That's the best advice that I think I've ever received. And
Hmm.
I'm still learning, living, and growing in that. And I say this because we are not taught this at school. We may be taught that eventually, oh, become a leader and everything, but we don't usually start from the place where, okay, you have your own inner guidance, and you should start getting to know that so you can guide yourself, even though we have other people around us. And it's only once you can really tap into that intuition and self-direction that you then, some people will say, have the bravery, the courage, the audacity to do things that people would really question or think, oh, but
Hmm.
how is, why is she doing that? But when you
Yes.
know that that is the path that is for you, it doesn't have to be for
Hmm.
anybody else.
Hmm.
That is the only way that I could be in a position today where I've said, oh, yeah, after 43 years, I'm going to up and leave the UK, come to Ghana, which I've not lived in for more than 2 months, and contest to become the
Oh,
president of
really?
the country.
Yes, I think it's amazing your attitude and your spirit. Really, it's quite amazing. So thank you very
Thank you.
much. That's our time today, but I really appreciate your coming on and offering your time today and sharing your thoughts with us.
My
Much
absolute,
appreciated.
my pleasure. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So there we have it. That's our first episode done. And so next week, oh, yes, it's next week. These are meant to be every 2 weeks, but it just so happens that next week I will be sharing thoughts from Zoe Bennett. She is the most motivational queen. So I look forward to chatting with her and seeing what thoughts she might have. So join me next time on Strictly Healthy. Speak soon.